After buying her dream retirement home, former nurse Dawn found that the old workers' cottage was cramped and dingy.
The small rooms were dark, boxy spaces, stuffed with all Dawn's clutter. The bathroom was slap bang in the middle of the ground floor, creating a dark corridor. And the kitchen at the back was gloomy and impractical, with nowhere to sit with family and friends. Dawn had a budget of just £20,000 for all the work, and Piers encouraged her to abandon her plans for an extension and open up the space.
Emotionally attached to the period charm of her property, Dawn bravely took on the huge task that lay ahead. Ripping apart the interior was the first step to creating her dream living space.
But we know it hasn't been an easy ride, and that she ran into serious structural problems along the way. Today we're back to see how she got on.
Hi, Dawn.
Hello,
Hi,
you
Dawn.
two.
How are
Nice
you?
to see you.
Great to see you. And how are you? How's it been?
It's been good, mainly.
Are you exhausted? Are you tired?
A
Are
bit
you fed up?
tired. It's a bit tired, not fed up. A bit tired.
And what about the result? Is it something you're happy with? Have you got what you needed?
Results are fantastic. You love it. You must come inside and have a look.
Well, I can't wait to see.
Come
we have-
inside.
Let's go.
Brilliant.
Wow. This is amazing.
Like it?
It's incredible. Look at this.
This is fantastic, Dawn. It's just full of space and light.
I mean, just look at how open it is. I mean, you can really see all the way through this space now. It's wonderful.
It's an impressive transformation of the downstairs.
How do you feel about this now? You must be thrilled.
Elated is the word.
Really?
Truly, I'm excited.
And you've taken away loads of doors.
Instead of building an extension that she just couldn't afford, Dawn has embraced Piers' idea of a more open plan layout.
It was your thinking that led to this idea of opening up this space. What do you make of the result?
Well, I guess I felt it was just common sense that this building was too small, really, to have rooms. I can see the bones of this cottage far clearer now with this arrangement than I could previously.
And do you think it's taken away from the character of the cottage or added to it?
It just gives you it's like a breath of fresh air when you walk in. You know, it's just there's a space, there's light, and it's also cozy at the same time.
Dawn's opened up the previously dark corridor in the centre of the house.
So this works really well. This is a little writing space that you were really keen to have, and you've carved out a little niche underneath this stair, haven't you?
You were desperate to also keep the bathroom here, and we tried to persuade you, but it seems to work all
It's
right.
work.
I think it does.
So this is the main event, really, isn't it? What a lovely space you've made. And I mean, obviously, this was going to be the extension at the very beginning of the project. You wanted to build outwards into the garden. You haven't got that, but does this make up for it? Is this enough?
Absolutely. I think it makes up for it more than the extension would have.
Really?
Yeah, because the extension would have cut out the light, I think, from the inside of the house, because there would have been a roof over it. But what this has done is thrown the light and brought the garden in as well at the same time.
And not just into the kitchen space, but all the way through the house.
Right
Yeah.
throughout. No, I think this was a better move.
And the big picture, of course, is this big open plan downstairs. But actually, the small things like bringing light into the middle of the plan, painting the ceiling all one colour, not having threshold strips on the floor, they're easy things to let go because you think, oh, are they worth it? But they're so worth it, and you really need to hang on to those. I also need to talk about your kitchen, and of course I really like the fact that it's very simple and it's just one run of cupboards along this wall.
Yeah.
And you haven't spent a huge amount of money on a kitchen, you just use what you had and you've given it a new lease of life.
The kitchen units, to be honest, have only cost me about £20, and that's the paint. I really love the kitchen. I think it's not that I got it for nothing, it's that I made something out of nothing.
But what's interesting is that you could have spent, maybe £5,000 on the kitchen. But
It
for that
wouldn't have been
money,
the same.
you've got the floor, you've got the light and the bifolds.
And what are you looking forward to in terms of how you're going to use this space? Have you got a dinner planned or?
I'm going to get my neighbours over when the weather's good, and we're going to have a supper.
Central to Piers' plan of getting light into the back of the house were full-width bifold doors.
These doors are fantastic, aren't they?
They're the best. Best thing we've done to this house is put the bifold doors in.
This is really fantastic, isn't it? I mean, this is exactly the link you wanted with your garden, which you always wanted to be part of the house.
Absolutely.
I mean, more and more space is at such a premium in this country, and you do have a small house and a small garden, but actually, the way that you're using it, you're making every inch work hard for you.
I'm so pleased with it, I can't tell you. I really am.
The reinvention of this home has included moving the bathroom upstairs and adding central heating.
How much has it ended up costing you?
Well, my original budget was 20,000, but I have exceeded that by about 4,000. That included the central heating, which I hadn't to start with budgeted for.
Yeah.
And also, we had a few problems with the walls. So, all in all, I don't think that's a big overspend.
What I like is that you've known exactly where to spend the money and also what not to spend money on. And this is fantastic, really, for the amount of money that you had.
This is the best money I ever spent. I got the space, I got the light, and it's wonderful.
What's great about Dawn's renovation is that it takes an old house and it completely transforms it and brings it into the 21st century. What's also interesting here is that Dawn hasn't increased the footprint of this building. It's the same size. The space just works far better. And Dawn has shown that you don't necessarily need more space. What you do need to be is smarter about the way that you use space.